All right, now it's the Big Pod Swain Session Podcast, and we back with another one, yo. Now, y'all know the script. Before we get into this episode, I need you to like, subscribe, and comment. But fuck all that small talk. Let's get right into it. Now, our beloved Chicago Bears preseason opener against the Miami Dolphins ended in a tie, yo. Yeah, it's preseason. So the scoreboard don't tell the whole story. I seen a great game from our rookie group. I like what I see, yo. This game wasn't really about winning or losing. It was about finding out who ready to step up and who's still learning. Now, one name that jumped out today, Austin Booker. He got to it. We talking everywhere on the field. 3 sacks, 4 QB hits, 3 tackles for a loss, and a forced fumble that set up a Bears TD. Now that kind of performance, it's going to get you noticed, yo. Especially in that locker room and around the league. Now, beyond Booker, the Bears defense looked like the norm. Aggressive. They were swarming, chippy. You can feel this new defensive identity starting to take shape. Now the offense, they were still finding rhythm a bit. QB play has some flashes, but it's stalled, yo. But it's expected this early. They gonna fix it. This is what this shit for. So on paper, it was a tap, but if you watching closely, you see foundation pieces getting laid. You saw players fighting for spots. And you see a defense that just might be the calling card this year again. We gonna see, yo. I'm looking forward to this offense stepping up and leading the way. I feel like we got a good group of guys on that side of the fence. All right, what we got next? Shedeur Sanders, yo. Opened up preseason, and it was a good one. Gotta admit. But I ain't like how y'all glazed him and told me I couldn't talk about Caleb Williams. Now, Pete, Shedeur Sanders made his NFL preseason debut throwing 2 TDs. Now, the stat sheet, it says that's a solid game, and it was. But realistically, Shedeur Sanders know he didn't play up to par. Now, this is where mindset separates the average from the elite. You got most rookies come in, throw a couple TDs, and they get to smelling themselves, y'all. But you got Shedeur talking about what he missed, the throws he left out there, the reads he couldn't hit faster, the drives that stalled. Yeah, the numbers look good, but this ain't college anymore, y'all. Right here, the little mistakes, they turn into losses. The almost shit could be an interception. And Shedeur Sanders know, as I said before, every rep is an audition for him. So, if a 2 TD debut ain't enough for him, that tells you one thing, Cleveland Browns. He's not playing for highlights. He's playing for a standard. And that's the kind of mentality that this team needs. All right, now what we got next? Look, this right here, Lamar Whitehead, the flashy New York City pastor who once went viral for getting robbed during a live church session. Now he headed to prison for 9 years. And it's not for the robbery. It's for fraud. Now the charges, Whitehead was convicted of wire fraud, attempted extortion, and lying to the FBI. Prosecutors say he took 90 bands from a single mother, money she thought was going towards helping her buy a home. Now instead, it funded his luxury lifestyle. We talking designer clothes, jewelry, and even that Rolls Royce you seen him in. Now, this is a man who preached prosperity, who said his success was a reflection of God's blessing. But behind them sermons, this shit was a hustle to him. And it caught up with him. The same public image that drew followers also drew in the feds. Now here you go. This is a clear reminder that charisma is not about character. We in the age where social media can turn pastors into influencers and easily mistake flash for faith. But when the lights go off and them receipts get checked, the truth ain't really got no filter, yo. From the pulpit to prison, 9 years to think about the difference between leading a congregation and running a damn con. Now, growing up, a lot of us men, we were sold a lie, yo. We were taught that manhood was about how many women you could sleep with, like your worth was measured in body count instead of character. And if you was a virgin, they clowned you. And if you weren't chasing every skin, they said you was soft. And the sad part, we wore that mindset like a badge, thinking we were winning, but in reality, we was losing. The truth is this: we should have been practicing self-discipline, self-control. We should have learned early that not every woman deserves access to you, just like you don't deserve access to every woman. But instead, we let the spirit of lust take the wheel before we even knew our purpose. And that detour is going to cost you. And it costs us broken homes, weak minds, and hypersexual habits that we can't shake. Now, verse 25-28 says, like a city without walls is a man who lacks self-control. And that's what they turn us into. Unguarded, unfocused, and easy to conquer. But here's the hope, though. Walls can be rebuilt. Boundaries can be set. And manhood can be redefined. Not by how much you can take, but how much you can control, y'all. Protect your seed, protect your mind, and protect your purpose. All right, now we got, the movie Heredity. Now, Pete, me and my wife watched this movie Heredity, and it's one to check out, yo. This ain't really your average thriller. It looked like a trap disguised as a conversation. And by the time you reach the ending, you realize it's not even about the characters in the house. It's really about you and the beliefs you carry through these doors. The movie forced you to confront a question. Is conviction worth more than compromise? Or does holding the line cost more than you can pay? Now, you had the villain with a calm demeanor in the last scene, but it wasn't really about victory. It was a mirror. And he wasn't just talking to the characters. He was talking to the audience as well. Now, you had a scene where it was a door-to-door reference. And to me, it was about influence, about how ideas, good or bad, spread the same way. Not by force, but by conversation and persistence. And you want to know the real horror? You can't always tell who's knocking with the truth and who's knocking with a lie wrapped in confidence, yo. So, Pete, the ending, it ain't really about closure. It's infection. It leaves you wondering if the most dangerous ideas are the ones that sound the most reasonable, coming from the person smiling from across the table. Look, Heretic, it ain't really about fear, yo. It's about persuasion. All right, now what else we got on the menu? Look, I've been reading and finished this book called The Artist's Way. Now, The Artist's Way, it's a 12-week rehab program for your creative spirit. And you ain't got to be a painter, a musician, writer, because creativity, it ain't just about art. It's problem solving. It's vision. It's how you move through life. Now, at the core, you got two simple but powerful tools. You got morning pages, and that's 3 pages of unfiltered, handwritten thoughts every morning. And then you got your artist date where you take one block of time each week. You either spend it alone or do something that inspires or intrigues you. Now it sounds small, but these two habits, they break down creative blocks. They silence that inner critic and they reconnect you to curiosity, yo. The real magic of the artist's way is to make you face the lies you believed about yourself. Like you're not talented enough, disciplined enough, or that your best ideas, they behind you. It replaces those lies with proof, week by week, that your creativity, it never left. It just been waiting for you to come get it. Now, if you stuck doubting yourself or feeling like the well is running dry, this isn't just a book. It's a map to get you back to your voice, yo. Your art, it ain't going nowhere. It's just waiting on you to show up. All right, so look, I ran across this video and interview with Fox Business, and they had OpenAI CEO on their show talking bold about GPT-5's future capabilities. Now, if you think AI moving fast now, the next wave is like swapping your bicycle for a rocket. They talking about models that don't just give you answers, they planning your life, negotiating deals, managing your calendar while you sleep. Shit, they might even ghost people for you. Here go the flip, yo. If GPT-5 can do all that, it's not just a tool. It's looking like leverage. Every leap in tech changes power. In the past, it was land, then it was oil, then data. Now, it's whoever commands AI like this. Whoever does that commands the outcome. So before you panic about GPT-5 taking your job, you got to ask yourself, how fast can you flip the script and make it your employee? The next economy ain't about competing with AI. It's about making AI compete for you. All right, now look, let's close this out. My sister just got married. And with that, our family tree grew new branches. Now, we didn't just gain in-laws. We merged stories, traditions, and generations. My grandma Rose tree is thriving in their yard right now. And it feel like a living symbol of what's happening in our lives. Our roots deep, branches stretching toward the future. Now I'm already married myself, and I've seen how that covenant creates a ripple, a trickle-down effect of unity, stability, and shared purpose. Now God designed family and marriage to be the foundation of community, a place where love multiplies and legacies are built. We live in a time where the world try to redefine or undervalue these bonds. But the truth is, they sacred. See, look, family is not just blood, it's commitment. Marriage is not just a ceremony. It's the architecture of a lasting legacy. So here go my question to y'all. What are you planning today that your family tree will thank you for tomorrow? Now, it's the Big Pod Swain Session Podcast. I'll see y'all next week, yo.